Because that separation is there in us. Localizing. Just like when we look at Papa's photo, we feel he is Papa. When we make a mention about the word Papa, we pray for Papa's blessing. We pray for Papa. Only that photo comes. Only that figure comes. Honestly speaking, okay, that photo represents, or the image represents the impersonal reality. That doesn't come. Because the mind is now fully localizing it. Other than that, the mind is not accepting it. What should be our attitude? Beloved Papa's presence is not only confined to the bhajan hall or homa mandir, samadhi. It is not only all-pervasive in this holy Anandashram, but it lives and moves in and through us. We carry his presence when we adhere to truthfulness. Real Papa. What should be the attitude when I say the word Papa? So we are not localizing it. When we localize, the other thing becomes others. Mind is wandering on other objects. Just start thinking. This is one of the tests God is giving us. Have you really understood me? He is asking now. I have understood you only through this form. I have great liking for your form. I have superimposed so many things on your form. And I derive some joy out of this. Please don't disturb me. But then Papa says, down that. She is telling us now. Beloved Papa's presence is not only confined to the bhajan hall and homa mandir, is not only all-pervasive in this holy Anandashram, but it lives and moves in and through us. We carry his presence when we adhere to truthfulness. We carry his presence when we are kind, considerate and compassionate. We carry his presence when we refuse to serve even 1 inch from the path of purity. We carry his presence vibrantly, dynamically, forcefully when we live our life in a divine manner, with determination, humble intention, firm resolve, all sincerity and earnestness. Attributes. When we are trying to pursue a divine way of living in thought, word and action, we are manifesting the beloved Papa. Very carefully we have to go through what we have read now, and we are trying to understand it through these words. There is a form and there is a formless ideal. When we think only about that form, the ideal is absent. When I think about the form and the ideal, the result is totally different. So, should we not now think, whenever the mind goes out, when we sit, I will complete. When we are trying to pursue a divine way of living, in thought, word and action, we are manifesting the beloved Papa. That's the divine life, We are a vibrant center of that which the world knows as beloved Papa Samiranda. Papa means, the core, the life force, the Almighty. Yesterday evening, in our get-together, we were sharing about that prayer. Somebody was making a mention about one prayer which Mataji wanted all of us to say every day. Adiyantarahita Parama Pujya Papa. O beginningless and endless Param Pujya Papa. The Papa whom we normally refer to, there is a date of birth, there is a date of his extinction. When we say Adi Antarehita Parama Pujya Papa, though the name Papa remains there. Suddenly we become aware he is beginning left and end left. The whole concept changes. Think. We become a lamp through which his light shines. We become the vessel to hold the living waters of his spirituality. Living waters of his spirituality. Whatever he stood for, he should be the sublime spiritual teachings. I should be soaked, the individual should be soaked in his spiritual teachings. Everything comes out from that. Then I am reliving Papa. Let us not therefore confine beloved Papa Swami Ramdas to the Bhajan Hall, Vamu Mandir, Anandashram. Make ourselves a vehicle of his living presence so that by our life others also become awake and illumined. They feel his divine presence through our life and their life is also divinized. We move amongst this world of men as the candle imparting our light to anyone whom God brings us in contact. So this is one suggestion. So we take it now, this dialogue. It could be, there could be so many other interpretations. This is how we look at it now. When he says, when you say it wanders, my child, it is only an expression of a process which you cannot understand. I am pervading through all. In fact, I am affirming all forms are myself, all acts are myself, all thoughts are myself. You cannot reason why and how this is so. But it is the one great truth. You cannot comprehend it. You can only realize it. Comprehending and realizing, understanding it. Because if it is an object, something other than you, you can comprehend it. But if it is myself, I have to realize it. So a genuine doubt crops up when we take to any spiritual discipline that the mind wanders. Now we get a new meaning. It is not wandering, it is a process. The process is because it also wants us to envelop everything. If it does not go out, how will I know that? Vinobaji in his Talks on the Gita says, a person goes to Himalaya, he sits in a cave. And due to the severe austerities, he must have had some experience. He comes down and then he goes for alms. The child, it makes some sound. He becomes upset.
Swamiji, if it is a process, it can be refined, it can be modified, it can be suited.
Can be modified, tutored.
Yeah, it can be. The only thing is the inward churning is necessary. Even the very act of wandering is prompted by him. Then only I will know that it is a process. Why should I think that the wandering stage is done by me? Think. Though I say that I want to concentrate on one line of thought by holding on to Ram Nam mentally, suddenly the mind says, mind is going out, I become upset. And I feel my concentration is disturbed. Just, you have to think very deeply. But when we know that it is he who has done this, will we grumble, will we complain, will we feel that it is wandering? So that's why Mother says now in the dialogue, this stage It is only an expression of a process which you cannot understand. You can only experience. Just like any thought, everything is initiated by him in the form of thought, word and deed, this thought also is a part of it. But as long as I don't realize that it is from him, to me it is wandering. So he makes me to feel that my mind is wandering, so that I will be able to know that his wandering also is done by him. And where does it wander? The field is what is before us. He has introduced us through our thought, our own world. And it goes and remains there. And later on when we get into the spiritual, the labeled spiritual exercise, everything is spiritual, but labeled spiritual exercise, we consider that these are all desirable things, these are all undesirable things. And the mind, when goes to this undesirable, we feel disturbed. Then we go through so many ups and downs. Then a stage comes when the inner dialogue starts. When you go through the outpourings, you find that, how turbulent the mind was, how uncertain the mind was, how insecure the mind feels, how sensitive the mind feels early. Then finally, at the end, it settles down everything. All pairs of opposites come to an end. The final poem, you remember? Truth is, Ram is truth, Ram is untruth. There's a big list, So the final list, final settlement. There is no other than. Sweetness is Ram, bitterness is Ram. Knowledge is Ram, ignorance is Ram. Like that, So finally that is the quintessence. So then we will not say, still in Papa's mind, this question grows, in spite of all these things, mind you. So, Papa is asking, why should Ramdas not comprehend it? You say it is difficult to comprehend, it's only possible to realization. Why should Ramdas not comprehend it? Because it is a thing beyond understanding, beyond the range of the intellect. Then explain, O mother, why should there be an intellect at all, and what are its functions? The intellect exists for Ramdas only to know that you do not know anything. There is another interpretation. When he gave us this sense of individuality with the body, mind, intellect complex, he has also given us this mind and intellect. He has assigned a duty to every one of us. To efficiently handle the duties entrusted to us, we need the intellect. That is why from outside he makes us to observe, to learn, to educate, to train, to do his work. But to know him, intellect will not help. To do his job, intellect helps. But to know him, we use the same measuring rod to know him. It cannot. So let us not belittle the role of the intellect. So I did not ask for it. He gave me, But I am trying to use that intellect to know him. That is not possible. Then I ask why. Now for arranging this, what is it called? Google Meet.
Who could beat?
Intelligence is really needed, After trial and error, a process has been set, which is registered by an intellect. And as soon as somebody says, how can I join? You immediately give the link or something like that, Where from it comes? That is the job of the intellect. So to master his manifestation, number one, to work out his assignment efficiently, he has given me the upadhi called intellect. It memorizes, it watches, it tunes, it rectifies, it refines. All this refining process, where from it? How does it come? Even the very act of now going through this. But to know him, it will not help. We are not used to any other method, so we try to make use of the intellect for this purpose. And intellect pleads with inability. It cannot go beyond. There is a coconut tree in front of your house. You can understand the coconut tree came because of a seed coconut. You know the seed coconut has come from a coconut tree. Which came first? Can our intellect surmise anything, arrive at anything? No. There are many things like that. Origin of ours, our own. Origin of everything that we possess. Every time we used to mention this, we are using the specs now. When there was no specs in the world, because intellect can only go on the things that has been seen, that has been experienced. When there was no specs in the world, how is it that in somebody's mind this concept came? There should be a thing called, not specs, something by which the vision becomes better. Think, every item, when it was not there, how it came? Newton was sitting, the apple got dropped, You were finding out why did it not go up? Okay. But what about the mango? Mango came because of the mango tree. Mango tree came because of the mango, seed mango. So first seed, where from it can come? Can our intellect? Okay, our own generation, up to 3 probably we can go. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 10th. Can we have any idea? But it's the truth, My great grandfather. If he was not there, I am not here now. But who was he? I cannot. We are trying to understand the limitation of intellect, Anything we use, the genesis of it, intellect has got its source. Only when it has come, intellect can work. Intellect cannot go to the source. As Papa said, intellect exists only to know that you do not know anything. So long as intellect is there, this is difficult. When I am not there, then everything is known. Know once for all. Then what is this like? Fundamental questions, No one for all that it is only a dream. I am one indivisible, eternal, formless being. You also are the same. To realize this, you have to, for a time, to assume that I am the sole doer. I am all forms. But really, I have neither form nor I am the doer. All, paradoxical words, Only through the paradoxical approach we can churn, Real, unreal, Thoughts, thoughtless state. So this can come only from an evolved mind, That is why, it is not a person-to-person discussion. I think Papa also teaches us that you cannot fix a particular stage where you can declare I have realized God, No. Because these are all given by Papa, who has undergone everything, who has revealed so many things which we consider as the ultimate truth, But in him it was still a comma. So he is teaching us through this. That faith, he said, why? He showed that Ramsas is still not firm in his faith. Otherwise, he would not say his mind wandered. Why have you kept him, O mother, so weak in faith? This question comes in Papa's mind. You immediately need not ask why. In spite of this why. It is the truth. The churning still goes on. So here he says, I am neither the... Then what are you really then? You say, I am with form, I am without form. I am with name, without name. Then who are you then? Answer. I am simply incomprehensible, cannot be described in words. This also is merely a dream that you question and I reply. There are no two, but only one always. So today we started with Sakama and Nishkama, and also about the mind wandering. Okay, let's put it like that. Mind wandering, Sakama, Nishkama. The real concept of Papa now. It helps us. And we know the why intellect has been given to us and how it can help us and what is the limit of to which it can go. It is helpless. It is helpful. These both we should know. So the 2-3 things we would like to again point out. One is, this is not a dialogue between a person, a guru and a disciple. It is the outcome of a series of sadhana for a number of years where the me and mine has reduced to the minimum and the realization of the adorable presence is felt, but still it needs some more concretizing. So that means none of us need have any, doubt about it. Even if when we get some doubt, we need not think that, oh, it is not possible. Because even the doubt is also given by Him. We don't have to belittle ourselves. We are slowly trying to see the doubts, grumbling, complaint, whatever we have named it or labeled it as negative points, slowly we are trying to accept it. It is also a part of the process. We start feeling. That means, we start feeling His presence more and more. Previously it was not so. We were thinking that we were moving away from Him. There are certain things which we think we are moving towards Him. There are certain things which we are moving away from Him. Now slowly, do this dialogue helps us to know that nowhere there is any movement away from Him. Every movement is towards Him. Though He may make us feel, He may make us feel to know that is also there. Pujya Mataji used to say, I want to know whether Papa gets angry, Then only it becomes complete. Because anger is there, in the world. Just imagine, It is not that what we think as angry, She is viewing it from a different angle. Whatever we have named as an expression as anger or this thing, you remember that Vivekananda, Vinobaji's word, the anger of the angry man. So in order to know that everything is His, He is making us to pass through a process. And the process, we cannot comprehend it. We cannot bring it under the ambit of an intellect. It can only be experienced. A wonderful point today Papa has given to all of us. A lot of journey is necessary. Inward journey is necessary. We will try on that tomorrow. Before that, we will be close. Tomorrow is our Mahatmaji's birthday, Gandhi Jayanti Day. We all should know that Gandhiji, through Gandhiji, God revealed that everything is spiritual. He is the owner of everything. Ishavashyamidam sarvam. Where nothing is exempted. He is the owner of everything. So every day morning we have to dedicate, which is called renunciation. Renunciation is not taking away something, it's a dedication. Whatever He has given, we are dedicating to Him. Body, mind, intellect, my sense of individuality, my surroundings, my environment, Mother Nature, society, everything You have given. Let me become aware of this throughout my days daily, please. Let me never think in terms of me and mine. Let me always think in terms of You. God-centeredness. This is what Gandhiji reminds us. Jayanti days, Samadhi days, all remind us only how they have been instrumental in turning our thought towards Him. So that Ishavashyamidam sarvam, when Gandhiji delivered those talks during his South Kerala trip, very striking. Tomorrow we should remember that. Simple thing. As soon as you get up, you must immediately think for a minute. It doesn't require even a minute. You have given me the sense of individuality. You have given me everything outside, all comforts, all creature comforts. Mother Nature in the form of air, space, fire, water, earth, sun, flora and fauna, all the vegetable kingdom. Everything you have given. Let me try to transact with them with that background. Let me not transact them from the plane of me and mine. This is what Gandhiji has beautifully brought out spirituality in daily life. So tomorrow let us try to, those who have got the facility to get it, this portion, I think it is available in the Google. Google Baba must be giving this. Suppose you type out this Ishavashyam Idam Sarvam, Gandhiji's words, Gandhiji's commentary, you might get it. Because it covers the entire spirituality is completely covered by that Ishavashyam Idam Sarvam. And it gives us some clues, some method, some practical clues to implement this. So we also, the moment we think about Gandhiji, just like Papa, the form comes before us. He is there in the form of remembrance in our heart. Like Papa, he is there in the form of remembrance in our heart. We prostrate, touch his holy feet, and pray to him. Enable me to implement what has been delivered through you. The Almighty Lord of the universe delivered through you so many sublime thoughts. Enable me to actualize it, please. Through you only I heard this. That he is the only owner. Whatever I am doing, I am only using his. When this being the truth, never it should come to me, the me and mine. Sense of possession, sense of relationship. At the same time, I'm seeing you. I must be able to see you. Not that I'm running away. So the two things, this renunciation and dedication, which is a very beautiful word. And the all-pervading nature, indwelling and all-pervading nature, those are beautifully brought out in his explanation on Ishavashyam Idam Sarvam. So we pray to him now. Kindly enable us to move towards that, actualize it in our life. Say, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram,